The lungs expand. The diaphragm actually moves down. And then as we exhale, we squeeze the ball. Carbon dioxide, unused oxygen moves up and out. So it's 5 counts inhaling, 1 count pause, and then 7 counts for an exhale, okay? We're gonna practice for like, I don't know, 5 or 6 cycles. So here we go. Inhaling, hold, exhale. Pause, and again, inhale. Pause, exhale for 7. Pause, inhale for 5. Pause, exhale for 7. Pause, inhale for 5. Pause, exhale for 7. Okay, so that's an easy way to sort of reset your body. I think it feels really good. And we're gonna start with our sit to squat, we call these. You present your butt back, and then you stand up tall and you squeeze your ball. So it's a little tiny bit of a squat, and then you stand up and you squeeze the heck out of your ball. The standing is the work. Little squat, stand tall. 3, 2, 1. Yes, we can. Down to the little half squat. Really feel those glute muscles stretch. Exhale, push with your feet, squeezing the ball. Good job. It's a little one. Down and back up. We're targeting those glutes. Have your glutes gotten a tiny bit lazy? Why is it that they do that? Why is it that they take the day off if we're not working them? I don't know, but they kind of do. So we gotta be on top. Cha, cha, cha. We're like a really tough kindergarten teacher. And stand up tall. 1, 2, 3. Good. You can go a little bit lower into a real squat, or you can do what I'm doing today. It's just a half squat, and then stand tall. Ta, ta, ta. Good. We go down and we stand up, really squeezing. Good. And then last one here, little sit to squat, and then up, and it's 1, 2, 3. Yay. Okay, waddle over to wherever your band is and pick up your band, keeping the ball between your inner thighs. I want you to grab a hold of your band today, and we're gonna try a couple of new things. On this first one, can you hold the ball between your inner thighs and stand on your band? Okay, we got that. Yeah, we can do that. Nice. Now, I'm tightening my band. Everyone's probably a little bit cut differently, right? Unless you got yours from me. They're about 6 feet long. So I'm tightening it a little bit so I can stand up tall and there's tension there. I'm gonna start with a little lateral shuffle. So I take a breath in standing tall, and then it's a small lateral shuffle. I'm just working the sides of the body. It's not too crazy at all. It's not like when we tie it around ourselves. It's just a little bit. Good, and then the other way. Good, yep. Little side, little side, little side fun today. Ta-ta, ta-ta, good. And then the other way, good. This really helps us keep the sides of the body engaged and active in walking and running. Good. So you can have your arms wherever they are helpful, and we come back to center. Good. I like that. I like how that fires up the sides of the body. That was helpful. Okay. Now, I'm going to cross my straps, and I'm going to pull up from below, and I can decide how much tension I want by where I'm holding onto my band. And I'm going to come to that little half squat. So I'm going to present my butt back. Notice that my knees are over my ankles. Yep. And then I'm pulling in my belly to the best of my ability. I feel like I have a wide, very strong belt on. I'm going to pull up. This is an upright row. And I need enough tension so that it's a little bit of a pull. And as I pull back, see that my elbows go wide. Yes. And I feel my shoulder blades draw together. Good. So these are kind of slow at first. We want to find the form. Remember, when we do upright rows of all different ways, it's about your back. It's about your posture. So I can really feel my upper back working here. I can feel all the muscles around my shoulder blades. This is great. I love how it's coming from below. Good, and if you're joining a rowing class, this would be a really good way to get in shape for outrigger canoe rowing. And pull, and back. The slow ones are the endurance ones. And for regular people who aren't doing outrigger canoeing, it might be really great just to stay slow. So the work comes when you hold, you pull and you hold those muscles, slowly release. Let's do a few more just like that. Pull, you hold, and then release. Good. This is great for artists who are bent over their paper mache table or their easels. We need these postural muscles to support us. This is a great exercise for artists. Okay, now for me, I'm going to do second set a little faster. I'm training a little bit different now, not just endurance, but the faster twitch muscles. You can go a little faster with me, or you can choose to stay slow. Since you know why we're doing it, you can make your own decision. Yes, and it's pull, slowly back. Good, I'm not giving up on my form. I'm really concentrating. It's not just a pull, it's a real concentration. I'm fully engaged, fully present. And pull. Yes, good. And it's 5 more. And 4 more. Good, I'm lowering down a little bit so I can feel it more in my butt because that feels good. 3. And 2. Good, and then last 1. Perfect. Stand tall. I'm gonna uncross my strap, but I'm not letting go of it. Ah, good. I'm gonna hold on kind of close to the edges for our bicep set. I do love therabands. They really are so helpful. Such good physical therapy for everything. Okay, I'm holding on to the edges and I've actually made mine a little bit shorter. And I'm gonna turn my palms forward and just, I notice, oh, my shoulders are also rotating outward. Yes, that's what I want. I squeeze the ball as much as I can, so maybe my feet come a little closer together, and finally it's bicep curls. First 3 are slow, finding that great stability. I'm squeezing my ball a lot, and then we do quick for 2. Slow for 3. It's 1, ta-ta, and 2, ta-ta, and 3, ta-ta, and it's quick. 3 slow. 1, and 2, and 3. Good, now 2 fast. Good, 3 slow. Is there any difference between the slow and the fast? I hope so. I'm trying to make a difference. It's hard to go fast on these. Good, and then here's 2 fast. 1, 2, 3 slow. 1, ta-da, and 2, da-da, and 3, da-da. Here's fast. Good, 3 slow. 1, and 2, ta-ta, and 3. Good, and fast for 2. Good, stand tall. Find shoulder blades down your back, find neck long, and we finish off this little set here with the band underneath our feet for singles. Good, any speed. Good, I feel my biceps. Good, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yes, 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 good. A few more. I know we can. I think we can. We can. We can. We can. It's 3 to finish, 2 to finish, last one, and maybe one more because that was even it off and relax it. Oh, that was great. Okay, I'm keeping the ball where it is for right now. Feet are as close as I can. I'm squeezing my ball, feeling how that connects to my core and a little bit to my glutes and inner thighs for sure. I'm going to do some lat pulls. Want to hold my theraband out and then slowly sweep it up and sweep it back. Are you a little tight in your shoulders today? You want to do this a few times at any pace, with or without the band, any range of motion. Looping up the shoulder joint. Ah, good job. Okay, now I feel kind of looped up there. I've got full range of motion in the joint. It feels good. This one is the lat pull, and it's so effective, but you have to concentrate, really focus. I'm making my band narrow, not too wide. There's tautness here. I take my band slowly up, not over my head, but in front of my forehead, as if I have a headlamp on. Yes. Visual, if you've gone to the gym and you've done lat pulls, you're sitting at the bench, the lat pull machine. That's the exact form for it. Then, as I pull down, I'm going to widen, my elbows bend, and I pull toward my chest or exactly to my breastbone. So I've got a little bit of a back bend, meaning I look up to the ceiling. Good. Okay, finally, here we go. Form is everything. You pull in wide, you resist to the breastbone, and back up. Good. Now I'm going to squeeze my ball, and I'm going to do a tiny little knee bend to give myself a little bit more core and stability. That's optional. Good. You pull, resist, widen and resist. Resist as it goes back up. Pretend that it's got 50, 100 pounds. You can get so much out of this. You're using the sides of your body. Think about pulling from your armpits and sliding down to your rib cage. Good, pulling down. Good. This is nothing if you're just marking the movement, but it's everything if you're thinking of every nuance. So please think of every nuance. Good. And lat pull. Ah, okay. Woo. Then we take the theraband with an underhand grasp. I want you to have your feet in parallel, and it's a small pull. Shoulder stabilization, shoulder rehab, shoulder strength. And from this, what I'd like you to do is lean to one side. Once you have the movement form perfected, lean to one side and lift one leg off. You're not standing up totally straight. You're leaning to one side, but you're pulling up. Good. And then from here, let's see if we can do 15 more, 14 and 13. Elbows stay at your sides. Good. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, yes. Good job. Keep going. I feel this one today with you. Yes, I do. 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more. Last one. And hold it there. Pulsing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release that. Shoulder roll, shoulder shakes, whatever you want to do. Ah, I love it. Then, overhand grip. Exact same movement. Small pull, small pull. Find it. Find the effort in the shoulders. Yes. And then other side. You lean. It's definitely a lean. You are the tower in Pisa. I think at one time, what era was that? 1400s? I think. There were like 100 families in Pisa that all built towers, and it was who could build the biggest tower. I'm sure you've read about that. Have you been to Pisa? Isn't it great? Isn't the food so yummy there? I know. Anyway, The Leaning Tower of Pisa is one family's tower. I don't even know if it was the tallest. Does anyone know which one it was? Whose family it belonged to? I'm not sure. I've been there. I should know that. I don't remember. Okay, shut up and focus. And pull and pull. Good. Can you feel your shoulders on this one? I can, but weirdly, I feel the balance almost more than the shoulders on this side, like if I need it. And when we get to this last one, pause, it's pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release it. Good work. Okay, finally we get to remove the ball. Place that to the side. And I have 3 roll downs and then a really quick theraband stretch. So holding the theraband in any way that you like, stretch it up over the head, and it's a quick side bend, side to side, and again, side to side. Good, now come to center, take a breath in, exhale all the way down. Come down to whatever for you feels like a complete hang, sort of like you're a giant Raggedy Andy doll or in. Inhale and then exhale, roll that spine up. Rolling, rolling, rolling. All the way up. Good, and then let's do that again. Arms come up to the sky. Find the reciprocity. Don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but you're reaching up and pulling down. And then side to side. Really reaching up and out of yourself. Yes, you can. Good. And then let's just do one more today. Stretch forward in space. Everything that you have is reaching forward. Every cell that you have, every little muscle, every ligament is stretching. Then you hang your head. Let go of everything here. And then on your exhale, slowly roll up. You can roll up as a skeleton, just thinking about your bones. Good. And you come all the way up, and your shoulders are a little tiny bit wider than they were before. Good. And then finally, V-shape your feet. Last standing exercise in our sequence. The arms are wide. Very wide, and we're going to pull across the chest. Yes, we pull across the chest. Good, and as you pull across the chest, option to lift up on your high half toe and lower down. Good job. Notice I'm not getting into my shoulders here. My arms could be even lower. They could be lower. They're not high up here. I'm not scrunched up. Good, we have 3 more of these. Try to keep your wrists as part of your arms so that your wrists are strong. Your wrists are straight. Your wrists are having metal bracelets on them. Last one, and hold it there. Good. If you can, you're zipped up. Your arms are long. Could you pull your shoulder blades down teeny, teeny, tiny bit? Maybe. And then it's bend, squeeze your inner thighs. 2, and that's it. Bend. Squeeze your inner thighs. One more time. Bend. Squeeze those inner thighs. Lower everything down with control. And if you want, you can take a bow. You can even imagine applause and flowers. Yahoo! Okay, let's come into some serious core work today. Coming down onto our mats. That was great. I love the band. It's very helpful. Keeping us strong. We need to stay strong. Okay. I should brag a tiny bit. So I'll brag a tiny, tiny bit. The first thing that I want to do here actually is the ball is between the ankles. The theraband is underneath the feet. So we're using both our band and our ball. Good. And I'm sitting up as tall as I can. I roll back and I give myself a little leeway with this band so I can roll back and I have a little bit of support. It's easy. I'm just kind of finding it. And then I squeeze the ball a little bit, and I notice when I squeeze the ball between my ankles, it fires through my inner knee. Vastus medialis, we want that. 2 more, inhale, exhale. Okay, so bragging. So I had my annual physical yesterday. I think I had 35 blood tests because I make them do everything. And I'm 100% perfectly healthy. Isn't that great news? Yes! You're allowed to brag when you have that happen to you too. So inhale, sitting tall. Exhale and round your spine down, 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 down. Find that little hammocky spot. Memorize that, feel it, and then round your body up. Good, I want to do 2 more of these. These are very satisfying for the spine. There's a little bit of work for me, not much, but a little bit of work for me through the core. And because we did all of that intense arm and back work, I'm feeling that a bit too. I'm also today feeling my inner knees, like I suggested. That's great. We really need that. Now, for some of you, this might be exactly where you need to stay. This is it. This is like, oh my gosh, Jen, I'm doing it so perfectly. I'm using the band as a little bit of support, but I'm getting so much out of it. I love it. I'm going to stay right here. That could be a thing. Notice if that's you. Yeah. If you want a little bit more, we let go of the band. Arms are resting on top of a desktop. Inhale, exhale, we roll down without the help of the band. Inhale, exhale, and rolling back up. And I like how we started with the band because now my body really gets how smooth it needs to be and exactly how much work I need to perform as I come up smoothly. So that's a really great way to start. Good. Now on this next one, so that's 3 without the band. Good. I'm keeping my toes off today for a reason. You could have your feet down, but notice I started with toes up. I want more of the back of my legs active so my heels are pressing into the mat. Interesting point there. Okay, we add on, take a breath in. Exhale, rounding the spine down to hammocky spot. Woo. Inhale, one arm rises up, other arm rises up. We drive the body up. Arms are stretched to the sky, and then they slowly come down to the starting place. They're resting on a tabletop or a countertop. Inhale here, exhale, and we go down, 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 down with control, just like we still have the band. One arm rises, other arm rises, and we slowly lift that whole body up. Stretch up like you're throwing confetti with your fingers. And then back to the countertop with the tables. Woo! This one we're going to try both arms at the same time. Let's give it a shot. Inhale. Exhale, we come down, maybe not so low. Maybe not quite so low. Then, both arms slide up. Yes. Drive the whole body up. Throw the confetti with your fingers. And then arms come back to the starting place. Yay! I want you to put your TheraBand aside for a moment. Take your ball and you're going to place it behind your low back. You're not sitting on it, you're just sliding it in. Slide it into your low back. Okay, woo. Now, from this position, I want you to hold on to the sides of your legs, or maybe back of your thighs, just so that you got something to hold on to. Inhale. Exhale, push your belly button into the ball. Really push back into the ball, pushing back into the ball, into the ball, into the ball, into the ball. Good. If you can't get into a comfortable position here, and you don't feel like there's a little bit of support for you, do wiggle until you get there. For me, I think I found a good spot. Now, I don't know why, but my inner thighs don't want to stay together, so I'm going to put my feet together and squeeze my legs together on this one to make sure that they are working. Good. And in this position, I'm not resting on my ball. I'm hanging out here with my arms long, and it's as if I have more balls underneath my hands and I'm dribbling them. So I'm dribbling my balls. Oh, this is like hundreds. Oh, it is like hundreds. Okay, so it's inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, take a quick breath in. And then on the exhale, you can hold on to your thighs, drive yourself forward, coming off the ball, and then stack the spine like it's the tallest building in the entire world. Take an inhale and an exhale. Ah, good. My friend Dale, who sometimes comes to this class, was in Dubai a few weeks ago, and I think that's where the tallest building in the world is. And she went up to the 116th floor, and she said it cost $200, if I'm remembering correctly. And to go up to the top floor, which is another 50 stories, it cost $400. So she was like, I'm okay with the 116 floors. Anyway, crazy woman, crazy buildings. Take a breath in and exhale again. Push your belly button back into the ball, really back and forth. I think that's the tallest building in the world, that one in Dubai that she was on. Okay, so now we are stretching. We're feeling something, and we let the arms go. Yeah. Okay, we're hanging out here for a moment. And this is a challenging one to get right. We come up 2 inches, and we go back 2 inches. We come up 2 inches, and we go back 2 inches. Good job, we do it for 10. I like to imagine I'm holding onto a pole, yeah, or in case you're planning on joining a rowing club soon. Up an inch and down an inch, and up an inch and down an inch, and up an inch and down an inch, up an inch. Good. Now halfway back, and you take your oar and you paddle, and you paddle, and you paddle, and you paddle. Come back to center. Drive your spine up and sit up tall. Woohoo! Ah, did I tell you I'm joining an outrigger rowing club? Yes. So we might be doing more rowing exercises in the next few weeks. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. This time it's just the straight paddle. So those first 2 sets were kind of a setup. Thinking about holding onto a stick or a paddle. You've got your ball behind you. Take a breath in and then push right at your navel so that you're really rolling back with your core. Good. You find a place where you're settling against the ball, but you're not resting against the ball. No, 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 no. We're just finding that ball. Then from here, let's go up an inch and down an inch, up an inch. And this time when you come down an inch, suck your tummy into that ball. Good. And then it's paddle. When I'm paddling, I move my spine up and down. There's a figure 8 happening here. This is a kayak paddle. Oh my God, let's see if we can do 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5. Oh my gosh, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and come all the way up. Woo! That was some beautiful core work. The ball is between my inner thighs. My feet are flat on the ground. I want to find my sitting bones for a second. So maybe I need to find them by leaning forward. Oh, I found my sitting bones. And I align myself for a moment. That means my back is really flush up against a tall building in Dubai. My arms are long, and I come back slowly. I come back slowly. Slowly, like there's a little Ferris wheel living in each vertebral body in my spine as I come down. It's a little rolling quality. When I come all the way down, I pause, take a couple breaths, and then I'm allowed to wiggle, arranging my clothing, arranging my spine, arranging my shoulder blades and my neck. Good. We're going to do some bridges and some supine twists next. The bridges are intended for our glutes. Yes, so shoulders are wide, rib cage is down, spine is pressed into the ground. Take a breath in, and then on the exhale, lift the hips. Good. We stay in the perfect bridge for a few minutes. Minutes? What do you mean, Jen, minutes? Do you think seconds? We'll try it. We'll see. Just hold on. Don't get excited. The shoulder blades are relaxed. Our abdominals are fired. The hips are lifted. And we're going to start out with our air kegels. We've been doing a lot of the deep core work. We're continuing that. So it's release the pelvic floor and then squeeze the ball to lift. It could be a tiny little movement. It could be a bigger movement. It could be more about your butt. It could be drop your butt, lift your butt. It could be really subtle. So finding that air kegel for yourself, where as much as you can, it's about pelvic floor releasing, pelvic floor squeezing. Good, find it, and then it's 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, good, 14, 13, 12, 11, total focus, 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, good job. On the inhale, the arms rise up over the shoulders, palms are facing away from you, and then we have 10 counts to roll down the spine. Ferris wheels are living in the spinal column. Deep inhale through the nose, and then exhale slowly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 counts, 5, 4. Can you get to the small of your back? And then your tailbone, pop all the way down. Good, arms come down to your sides. Keeping your tailbone flat, your spine into the ground. Float your feet up slowly, bring legs up to tabletop. Good. If you need to wiggle a bit, great. And on this one, the eyes stay up to the sky. Do you need a pillow for your head? If you need a pillow for your head on this exercise, grab your small pillow. And it's inhale, dropping the legs to one side. My arms are splayed out a bit. My eyes stay on the ceiling. Slowly exhale, squeeze the ball and bring that back to center. Good. Inhale, dropping the legs to the other side. Keeping the shoulders as much as you can on the mat. Exhale, squeeze the ball, bring that back to center. Good. Inhale, side. And exhale, center. Good, you have 3 more. Please use your own timing. I notice some days, oh man, I really need to go slow. It feels like I need it. Other days, not so much. So honor your own speed today. And notice you always want to play with speed. You don't always want to walk at the exact same rate. You don't always want to move at the exact same pace. You don't want to do every exercise slow. You want to play with it. You want to be able to do anything. You want to be ready for action. Okay, good job. So now we set the feet down, and if you can, lower the feet with so much control that the toes touch, then the balls of the feet melt, and then slowly the heels set down. Yeah. Okay, back to our bridges. Wiggle around if you need to. You should be comfortable. The spine should be lengthened. Your clothing should not be pinching you. Take a breath in. Exhale and lift your hips up. Good job. And then undulate down. Let's do just 2 more like that. Lifting hips up, undulate down, and 1 more. Lift your hips up. Good. Stay lifted here. Stay lifted. And we're going to do our little squeeze and releases of the ball. No air kegels on this one. It's just squeeze the heck out of the ball. Really try to pop that ball. And release. squeeze, and release, and squeeze, and release. Good job. Squeeze, and squeeze, and squeeze, and squeeze. Keep going. Squeeze, and squeeze, and squeeze your ball. Squeeze your ball. Squeeze, and squeeze, and squeeze, and squeeze your ball, and squeeze, and squeeze, and squeeze, and squeeze. Good. Now stay in your perfect bridge. Find all those points of action. Lift your toes off so that you're balanced now on your heels. At some way, somehow, you have a little bit more emphasis on those hamstrings. Did your butt sink a little bit when you did that? Mine did. I'm lifting my hips up now. My pelvis just rose a little tiny bit, and I get 20 more squeezes. It's 20, 19, 18, 17. I'm squeezing for everything that I can. Good. 13, 12, 11, 10 more. 9, 8, 7, squeeze, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2. Last one. My heels, my toes come down. I'm flat-footed. I take a breath in through my nose. Good, and then I exhale and think about the Ferris wheels in my body all twirling as I come down slowly. Good job. Okay, I get a quick little break. Legs lengthen long. Yeah. Okay, with my legs lengthened long, I'm going to place my ball underneath, for me, my left foot. Yeah. So your ball or your pillow is there, and the idea is that you're stabilizing. So you're pressing your left leg down. You might notice that your leg muscles are working a little bit, core muscles are fired a little bit, and then pull your right leg into your chest. If your eye gaze is straight up, you do not have any kind of a pillow, nor would you want one. If your head is looking behind you and your chin is to the ceiling, you need a small towel or a small pillow so that you can have your head in neutral for this exercise. So just, honoring that. Right knee is pulled into the chest and we extend it up to the sky. Find your beautiful connection between right and left legs. They're both active. Right foot is pushing up to the sky. Left leg is pushing down against the ball. Both are working hard. When I feel my belly, there's definitely work here. It's not 100%, but there's 30%, I'd say. Then I point my foot. Right foot is pointed, and I press it down to about the same height as the ball. I check that my hips are even. I really flex the foot and I kick. So it's down and up, sliding it down and up. Good. And as I'm doing my leg lifts, my attention, once I get my legs going, they are great, they're good to go. They're working in perfect reciprocity. Then I have to pay attention to my core. I want my core to work a little harder than my legs, so I'm focusing on keeping it together and down. Together and down. Good, and I just have a couple more. Can I lift my leg with my core more than with my leg? That would be a great party trick. Yeah, we can do it. Okay, nice. Now, from here, point your right foot. Again, get that contrast or reciprocity in this way. I promise I won't say that word again mentally. You take it across the body, and it's any size circle, but it's controlled, very controlled. We're doing 10. This is 3 and 4. Oh my gosh. 5. I feel this in my hip. 6. My hips must be tight. 7 and 8. In the ideal world, when I get to 10, my left leg is completely stable, and then I go the other way for 10. Oh no! If it's hurting you, you bend your knee. You don't really want this to hurt you. I'm play acting a little bit, because I do feel it in my hip today. But if it's hurting you, you don't work through hurt. You bend your knee. Good, 5 more. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and last 1. Good job. Bring it in. Squeeze it in. And then release with a couple of knee circles so that you're really getting that beautiful movement even deeper now in the hip socket. Yes, excellent. Okay, we're going to do just a classical Pilates exercise, which includes a little bit of flexion, and then we're going to do the other side. So I'm hugging my right knee into my chest. I'm going to lift my head, neck, and shoulders. I've cleared my shoulder blades. I lift the left leg off, and I pull right knee into my chest, and I pull my shoulder blades down. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of setup. Yes, it is. The setup is more important than the freaking exercise. So we pull in, and then the other one. Good. If you ever go to a class, my hands come behind my head because I need neck support. I'm looking at my thighs. Good. It's one in and one out. One in and one out. One in and one out. One in and one out, one in and one out, and it's fast, 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 fast. Good, slowly down. Good, set your feet down and find your ball with your right leg, right foot, right ankle. The leg now is pressing down. Left leg comes in and you give it a hug. Good, if you ever go to a class and they don't spend time on setting up an exercise, but they just tell you, okay, now we're gonna do blah, 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 and then they start doing blah, 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 that's not a good teacher. Honestly, that's not a good teacher. Don't go there. Don't listen to that. Unless you've been coming to my class or another good teacher and you know exactly how to set yourself up, then you can go to any class, that's true. Oh my gosh, I'm talking so much today. I feel like blah, blah, blah. I'll try to be quiet. Okay, we've got beautiful leg lifts coming up. Left leg up. Find that contrast. One leg pushing down, other up. Hips are even. Core 30% at least here. And then it's down and up. And down and up. Keep going. Down and up. And down and up. Once I get the legs really moving, I ask myself, can I use my core a little bit more? How would that work? And for me, just actually giving myself touch feedback. I'm pushing down a little bit on my ribs, a little bit on my belly. That fires things for me. So that's a really great way for me to ensure that my abs are working a little harder. Yeah, and just a couple more. A couple more of these leg lifts are so great. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to pull that leg a little higher, point it. Arms are heavy at my sides, and it's circle, maybe medium-sized circle, maybe medium speed. These are 10 altogether, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, remember, option to bend knee if you feel it too much in your hip. Good, when you get to your 10th one, we're doing 10 circles today, you reverse it. 10 and 9, good job. 8, hip strengthening. Good job. Around and around, we can do this. Ta-ta, ta-ta. Yes, it's 5 more, and 4 more, and 3 more, and 2 more. The last one, and yay. Pull that in, give it a nice squeeze. Oh yeah, good. If you felt like your hip was a little tight on those last ones, circle it with a bent knee. Just getting a little bit more fluid to the hip. Yes. Okay, perfect. Now what we're gonna do is use the ball, since it's right here, for our hip sequence, our sideline sequence. And we're going to roll onto the side of our body. Both of our legs are long, and we're holding the ball, and we're pointing the toes. I want you to feel here as best you can that you are completely in a sideways position. Some of you might need padding underneath your hip. Notice that. And then it's lift and lift and lift. Good, and it's just 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Remember, we're leading with those upper abdominals. These are the internal and external obliques that we're working here. Good. Now, flex your feet. Keep squeezing that ball, and it's lift and lower for 10 more, 9 more, 8 more, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now it's point and flex and point and flex. Good job. Point and flex and point and flex. Oh my gosh. Point and flex and point and flex. Here's the last set. Point and flex and whoa. Okay. Coming into your fetal position. Stretch your hips and roll onto your back for just a moment. I want you to come to your number 4 stretch, pulling that to your maximum place and just feeling that for a couple of breaths. As we started out with, we did 5 inhales for 5 counts, 1 pause and exhale for 7. It's a good time to practice it. So it's inhale, pause, exhale. Inhale, pause and exhale. Good job. Kick out your feet. Let's swivel around and do our 10, 10, and 10 on the other side. Good. The breathing exercises today are all through the nose. I didn't really say that because it doesn't matter. You can breathe in through the nose and exhale through the mouth, but I was practicing nose breathing today, so we'll try that when we do it again. Point the feet. Find that you're really in a sideline position. You are sideways, people. And you lift and lift. Good. For 10, I'm pointing my toes. 9 and 8 and 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's flex. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alternate point and flex. Good job. Anyone here been watching the gymnastics in the Olympics recently? Oh my gosh, I love seeing the gymnastics. I especially like the male gymnasts. They have such amazing bodies, and I love when they do everything, the pommel horse, I love the iron cross, I love the bars, I love the floor work. They leap up and they do 3 twists and a somersault and land. Like, how is that even possible? The women are amazing too. That's true. They really are, but for some reason, the men get the cooler moves, I think. Okay, I don't know how many we did, but I'm doing 1 more. Point and flex, and we did it. Okay, stretch out however you want for a second. And then the top leg is the one that's gonna cross over for our number 4 stretch. Pulling it in if you like. Good. Taking some deep breaths. And then if you like with me, you can practice nose breathing. Inhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause and exhale for 7. And inhale for 5. And pause, exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Cycle out your feet. Yes. And then let's flip on over. Woohoo! We're going to do a little bit of back strengthening work today. On this one, we're all the way down onto the mat. We're going to do our baby swimming. Regular swimming is when the arms and legs lift up. This one is a little kinder. This is the one that I usually teach. And I just noticed when I lifted up into back extension, my back feels it needs a stretch. Let's go into prayer stretch first. Okay, so Stretch your back out. Maybe do a couple of cat curls. Yep. Good. Just honoring how your body's feeling. If you get into that position and your back's tight, that's not going to be very helpful to start working it. You want it to be a little bit looser, right? So I take a minute here for me, hopefully for you too, to stretch out my back. Hi, Minnie. My cat's walking by. Okay, now let's see if I can come down onto my belly. Oh, that feels so much better. That made a big difference for me. Everything is long in my body. I feel like I'm doing a plank. My butt is active, my legs are active, so I'm just gonna find that position for a minute. It's a back bending plank. Yeah. Okay, now I come down. My head could turn to the side. My legs do not have to be in any particular position. They can be together or apart, halfway. Just notice what you've chosen. It should be comfortable for you. Every body is different. Okay. Head turns to center. I take an inhale through my nose and I lengthen everything that I own. I lift up on the exhale and then I pull my belly in, just a little bit extra inward. Then I do a little tiny little swim. I'm swimming around the aquarium, maybe with some sharks. Good, I'm in the Monterey Bay Aquarium. I'm volunteering to clean up the fish tank. Scrubbing the glass, looking at the sharks. I inhale and maybe I lift up taller. And then on the exhale, I turn my head to the other direction and let everything go. Good, and we just have one more. These are super effective. We work everything all together in the backside of the body. Good, okay, here we go. We turn the head to start. We inhale through the nose and we lengthen the arms, the legs, everything that we own as we lift up on an exhale and then pull the belly away from the floor. Tiny little swim. Good, this time we're not humans. We are the mula, the sunfish, giant fish swimming around. Good. Taking a couple of breaths. So much fun, we can breathe water. We're fish. Good, maybe on the inhale, lift up higher, and then coming all the way down. That was fantastic. Take as much time as you want to come. Maybe this is a stretch for your neck. Maybe you're like, I love being right here. Good. But if not, you can have your hands come to your shoulders, and at any point, just press yourself up and back into prayer position. Good for our strengthening today. We've saved our best for the last. Jen, we're tired. We don't want to do a plank at the very end of class. I know, but it's only for, what should we do, 25 seconds? Only for 25 seconds. We can do anything for 25 seconds. So don't think about it right yet. Twist your back. Do a couple of cat curls. Good. Maybe you have to leave class a little bit early today, that's fine. Okay, then for our plank position, remember you could have strong arms, you could have strong forearms. Two options, absolutely fantastic, whichever you choose. From your quadruped position, lengthen one leg back, lengthen the other leg back, and then notice that your hips are probably lifted up like mine are to the ceiling. That's a possible position for you. But a better one is to be completely straight to the ground, parallel to the ground. Good, and it's 25 seconds. Good, and keep going. Keep going, keep breathing. Good. Notice that you're getting stronger in your wrists. You're getting stronger in your hands. You're getting stronger in your bones. You're getting stronger in your back. You're getting stronger in your core. You only have 12 and 11 and 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 stretch here. Rolling it up. Good. And we finish here with feet together, knees apart. Where's my little ball? Oh yeah, here's my little ball. Man, I love stretching at the end of class with my little ball. My little ball goes behind me. Then I can come into my position here. We did a lot of inner thigh work. Do you feel it a little bit here? I'm rocking a little bit side to side. And I'm gonna lean forward for my final little breaths for the class. Oh, yes. Good. Then you can take it however you want. Take a moment for yourself. If I add a little bit of swaying side to side and a little bit of arm, ooh, that gets some great places stretched. Perfect job. Okay, people, that was fantastic class. Mwah. Remember, for those of you that live nearby, we don't have to be virtual friends anymore. We can be actual buddies. Because we're going to be in person next Tuesday. Beautiful, people.